What is good, Mama Squad? Snap. We wanted you to be in the intro.
Hey,
I know, we scared him. We went from dead silent
to but
today we're gonna be finding out Mariah's pregnant.
No, stop, don't.
That's not what this test is? What does this thing do?
It's a fertility test. It's to see when you're most fertile. So
we're gonna see if you can get pregnant.
Yes. So many of you guys are probably like, why are you taking this? Why are you doing this?
Why are we doing that?
Because, okay, you guys know we are probably going to try, I don't know yet, but this is the goal. We're probably gonna try for kids next year, right?
Dude, we've been talking about it a lot. For those of you that are new to our channel, first of all, welcome. Make sure to subscribe and join the journey. We're gonna be moving into our house in a month, but we literally have been talking about this for a long time and hinting at a lot of things to do with kids coming up. We have like, not plans, but like, we just have like a general timeline of when we are like kind of hoping like we start a family. I'm
starting to get into shape, and I've already been in shape, but I'm like saying like diet wise and my steps. I've been trying to get my body right, so when I do get pregnant, it's more of a healthy pregnancy.
Go for that. Summer bod to that mom bod.
So
you want to snap back after she's pregnant, because a lot of women like gain weight and stuff, which is normal. That's how pregnancies are. But it's probably easier if you're working out.
I've never taken an ovulation test, never taken a fertility test. I know there's fertility tests that you can actually send to a lab, which that's the more like to see how fertile you really are. But for today, I'm actually going to I got an ovulation test.
Let's crack this bad boy open.
And we're going to see, because I've never done this before, but ovulation tests kind of detect.
God damn, there's like 50 of them in here.
They detect when you're most fertile, and honestly, I just want to see when the best time for us to conceive is. So like, I will know how many, like I know I get my period. Let me look at my period tracker.
This thing comes with a whole pamphlet of instructions.
So I am
Jeez
8
Louise.
days. I have 8 days left until my period. So I want to see how many days before my period I'm the most ovulated. And when,
yo, do I have to take a test to do this myself?
And when I'm the most conceived.
This thing is taller than you. This instruction guideline.
So
this test is basically gonna tell, wait, why is one of these blue?
Because this is a pregnancy test.
There's one in there?
There's one pregnancy test and the rest are ovulation tests.
That's actually perfect.
Okay, so let's do about the test. So the early ovulation test enables you to identify the most fertile dates in your cycle to maximize your chances of becoming pregnant.
Mariah did say, we did look this up because we're like, we don't want to know if she's like right now most fertile. Like we want to know if in general she's fertile.
We also want to see though,
so
I want to see too, because I've never done this before. I want to see when I am the most susceptible to become pregnant.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
We know
we looked it up.
We're trying, we're educated.
And it said also it tells you if you're fertile.
Yeah, and I wanted you guys to come along with this journey because you guys know we are planning to have a baby soon. So it's like, this is something that I'm just like learning about myself and my body. And
I wonder how accurate this is.
I do want to do actual fertility test and actually get a lab for test when you send it in. To really see, because I just want to make sure I'm healthy, my body's good.
And a lot of women, I know for a fact, a lot of women like go through like fertility things.
So that's what it says.
My mom the same way. I don't know if your mom was like that.
No, my mom was.
It runs in my family.
Yeah.
So I wonder if your genes
You need to get a fertility test too.
Yeah, but I don't think it was my dad that was the problem. I don't think, because they had all the tests.
But still, your mom's your mom.
Yeah,
so you might struggle with your whatever.
Yeah.
So the test works by detecting an increase in hormone in urine. LH is always present in your urine. The level surges in the middle of your cycle, which causes the release of an egg from the ovary 36 hours later. This process is known as ovulation. So for the egg to be fertilized, sperm must be present in the body around the time the egg is released. Since the egg lives for only 24 hours or less after its release, and sperm can only survive for a few days, it is vital to have intercourse during your most fertile days if you want to become pregnant.
Jeez Louise.
So
I feel like we're teaching a health class right now.
We are. I'm learning because this is something new to me. I've never really gotten
Yo, look
to
at
learn
this
this.
thing.
Determine your cycling. Count the date of your period. First day of full menstrual cycle as day 1 and count through to the day before your next period starts. If your cycle length varies, choose the shortest cycle you've had over the last 6 months from when you start testing.
Alright, so how do we do this thing? It says it right here, how to read your results.
And guys, if we're doing this all wrong, please comment it down below.
Yeah, help us out because we have a lot more tests right here. So if we do this one wrong, and if any of y'all know any things that
any
we should
tips or tricks or to see, just leave them down below.
We're not like weathered with this stuff, and we know a lot of you might know and have some little tips. And if you don't know, then learn with us within the comments as well. So
this is a color comparison test. You must compare the color, not the thickness of the lines. You can read 3 minutes after you. So surge detected. The color of the surge line is similar to darker than the reference line. The test is detected.
So what does surge mean?
This means you should ovulate. You should ovulate within the next 24 to 36 hours. If you have intercourse time during the next 40 hours, you will maximize your chances. So I have 2 lines on the test. 2 lines. That means the surge detect. That's when I'm most ovulated.
All right. So right now,
no surge detected is 1 line.
Which means?
So that means then you have not begun your LH surge. You should continue testing daily. Okay. So this is kind of seeing when you're most fertile, and I actually really want to know that. If no reference line appears after using the test is invalid. Repeat the test using a new stick. Okay. So 2 lines means I'm most fertile.
No.
What are you talking about?
You're not, baby, you're not reading it right, and this is what I said. 2 lines are gonna come up every time.
No, there's either 1 line or, yes, it's the darkness of it.
If the color of the surge line is similar to or darker than the reference line, the test has detected your LH surge.
I know what you're saying, the darkness of it.
If the color of the surge line is lighter than the reference line, both lines are gonna pop up.
Yes, but they're not gonna be as dark if it's, I know.
No, but the color is gonna be different. But both lines are going to pop up.
Yes.
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 Exactly.
I understand that.
All right, perfect. Now that we're on the same page, because you were saying that both lines were not gonna pop up.
No, I didn't. No surge detected is 1 line.
Which means?
So that means then you have not begun your LH surge. You should continue testing daily. So 2 lines means I'm most fertile. Anyway.
All right.
Okay, so now we kind of have an understanding. So.
Do you want to do it right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go T on 1, TMI. But that's what I'm gonna go
have
do.
Fun.
And we're gonna see. What if we're fertile right now? That's crazy. I've never done this before, guys.
I wonder how accurate this is compared to like a hospital one. Like,
I should probably do multiple.
Just do 2. Just do 2. That way we have something to compare to. And that's the thing, if you take a pregnancy test, like, don't you always want to do 2 at the same time? Because
you want to do multiple, yeah.
You could always get a faulty one.
Yeah, you could.
But you always want to do 2.
But it's good because if you are pregnant, you want to try it again and see if you actually are pregnant.
All right. Go in there.
I'm going.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. How'd it go?
So it's been 3 minutes. That's how long it takes for the test to really show.
What's it showing right now?
Saying no surge detected, which means I am not in my ovulation period.
Wait, does that mean, that doesn't mean that you're not fertile though?
No, it doesn't mean I'm not fertile. It just means the chances are probably lower. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm pretty sure that you can still get pregnant even if you're not in your ovulation period, right?
I think you can get pregnant at any time, day of the week,
but I think waiting until you're closer to like, you know, your ovulation, it probably helps you to conceive. So they look like this.
I don't know if y'all can see, but see how there's 1 line? All right, so you guys could probably see it way better now, but there's like 1 line on each one.
Why did I kind of wish it said it was?
I know, but yeah, at least you can see like what it looks like. In this test, it would have had 2 lines, but since this other line is faint, there would be another line right next to this one. And if that line was dark, that would have meant like you're super infertile right now, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to see because I don't know if I was supposed to take it yet, because it says something like, count the first day of your period as day 1. Start testing on the day shown as under your cycle length. So my cycle length.
This is the chart. So the chart, there's actually a chart for it. So maybe we should do one of these tests, like actually when you start your cycle, your period cycle. It says
count the first day of your period as day 1. Start testing on the day shown as your cycle length. So if I have 7 days in my period, or 8 days in my period, what does 25 mean?
Okay, so to determine your cycle length, it says you have to start at your period day 1. Okay. And you count how many days until you get your next period. So if it's 30, it's 31, if you're late, if you're early, that's how, so you count. And then that determines how many times like you take it, like when you should take it. Or, you know, like it gauges like when you should start, because you know how sometimes people are delayed and periods start late or early?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be the same every month, so you're not gonna take these on the same day every month.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow the cycle chart, you can miss a day, and the day that you were most fertile, you could have not tested that day and not known, you know?
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. But we just wanted to see kind of like, how it works.
And now we have these tests. Now we
Yeah.
have all of these tests, so we can, and we have a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
So we can get ready and prepare, because this is just some of the stuff that we don't know anything of.
Yeah.
And like we said, if there's any help that y'all can give and any like insight, information, stuff that we should be looking for or plan,
tips
and tricks when it comes to not even taking care of a baby. Just the process beforehand.
The process beforehand.
Yeah. Not tips and tricks with everything, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
I got a lot of stuff covered, y'all, okay? I'm just saying, not everything,
Okay,
alright? I know everyone, I don't want everyone in the comments, you know, trying to give me the birds and the bees,
Oh
but
my gosh.
just like, you know, the technical
Yeah,
side.
I get it, I
alright?
get it,
Stuff
yeah.
that we wouldn't know, and the stuff that like school doesn't teach you.
Yeah.
Because I know I didn't pay attention in health class.
I think I did.
I didn't.
I was into health.
Yeah, I just messed around. I was like throwing pencils at the ceiling.
Bill!
Yeah, I was like making like paper airplanes and chucking them around.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted for you guys to be a part of this, even if we did it totally wrong. I wanted you guys to be a part of it because this is going to be a next chapter in life that's super big after our house is done.
And you're learning with us.
You are, and you guys are our family, and it's almost like we were just on FaceTime together trying something new.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. I want to just like get tests done, see how, you know, fertile we are, see what's going on, learn about it more because, you know, since it is in the works, it's something that we want. It's something I want to educate myself on. Right?
100%. I can't agree more.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we did this. So now we have like a base to start off, and we can start doing this and like getting used to it, kind of.
I wish you said 2 lines, not gonna lie.
I know. Imagine if you said 2 lines, I would have been like, what are the odds?
We gotta be careful.
What the heck? Wait, did we miss something? Yeah.
Yeah. But we love you guys so much.
And we will see y'all in the next video. But until then, peace. Love you guys.